This is from the ex-Christian forum. The post comes from user Black Panther Dies. Aww. That's sad because the actor of Black Panther did die from colon cancer.
It also sounds a little racist.
Black Panther Dies. I don't know if it's racist as much as it's just weird. Anyways, from Black Panther Dies, they say, found this beautiful pamphlet on the bus. Right? We know about like, what do they call the pamphlet that Christian, they're called, oh my God.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Those horrific.
Yeah. Like, they used to have the one that was like $1,000 bill.
Do you not want to burn in hell?
Yeah.
You know, all this. But this one says, so you find this like on a bus or anywhere, right? You're assuming it's like a Christian or Catholic card or whatever. It says, God's love is universal and unconditional. You do not need to be saved. It's like, oh, that's interesting, right? Because they're always like, you're going to die.
Interesting approach.
You're going to die.
You're going to die. For sure.
You open up the pamphlet and it says, no organization or denomination has authority over your connection to God or the love of the universe. Mic drop. Love is all around you from the moment you wake up into the darkest hours of night, in youth and old age, in community and solitude, in your laughter and despair. One who speaks from hate does not speak from God. What has hate done for you? Done for us? What has it done for you? Love is not governed by the rules of hate. It will always find you. Give love and receive love freely and widely to all you can and whenever you can. Out beyond ideas of wrongdoing and right doing, there is a field. I'll meet you there. When the soul lies down in the grass, the world is too full to talk about. Ideas, language, even the phrases each other doesn't make any sense. The breeze at dawn has secrets to tell you. Don't go back to sleep. You must ask for what you really want. Don't go back to sleep. People are going back and forth across the doorsill where the two worlds touch. The door is round and open. Don't go back to sleep. Rumi. And then the third page reads, have questions? Flip and reread. Feel free to pause this, rewind it, and listen to me read it again if you'd like.
It's a tract.
There you go.
Yeah.
They're tracts.
Tracts.
But this is a tract on the universal, like love that is love.
So it's
not Christian.
Technically a play on Christian tracts.
Exactly.
Because I thought this was going to be a triggering, let's convert you to Jesus.
No, this is the
But this
opposite.
is actually preaching the actual good news that
good news.
all God is love, and we are all love, and we are all God.
And I think like the Christian religion says that God is love. It's not, I don't even like to I won't read into it too much besides the fact that anything that isn't unconditional love is not God, is basically what it's saying. And the Christian God is 100% conditioned love. And so what I love about this tract is exactly right. You read it and you're like, that's why it caught me off guard just online. And I like you do not need to be saved.
Yeah.
And plus like everything that they're like this whole idea of, it says out beyond ideas of wrongdoing and right doing, there is a field. I'll meet you there. When the soul lies down in that grass, the world is too full to talk about. It's like just letting it all, let all of the concerns, let all of your worries, let all your questions, even each other, just all of it goes away when you're in that place of serenity. And I think that's what this track is talking about, which is not a Christian track. So,
yeah, I love that. There used to be a track that was very prevalent in our lives, which I think it was a $100 bill, and it looked like a $100 bill. And what you would do is you would print it on paper, you'd cut it, and you'd crumple it up a bunch of times so it looks like a used $100 bill, and you just leave it on the street.
Oh, I remember that one.
And when you'd pick it up, the front side would be a $100 bill, and the back side would be John 3:16, good news of Jesus. And I remember being like, what a good way to get people to know the good news. And looking back at it now, I'm like, what a scumbag way.
Yeah, what a cheap
What
way.
a con artist.
Here's $100, not fake money.
Oh, are you struggling? Most likely you're homeless. You need Jesus, not money. What?
Yeah, no, I'll take the $100.
Yeah. If only it was like a real $100 bill with like Sharpie written on it. So it's like, at least you get the 100.
Yeah.
But no.
I mean, I think most people would be Christians. If tithing was the opposite, it was like, what do you make for a year? We're going to give you like every month, whatever you make for a month, we're going to give you 10% if you come to our church.
Yeah.
Like, I'm giving my life to that.
I would have
Christ.
never left church.
Wow.
Yeah. That sounds like the true love of Jesus.
Some comments of this. The sin of the tin is the user commenting on that not Christian track, they say a breath of fresh air compared to the death cult style ones.
Yeah, like we just talked about.
Yeah. And when they say death cult, they're talking about Christianity.
Yeah.
Because it's a death cult.
And if you don't think it's a death cult, you're probably...
Read your Bible.
Yeah, you're probably a Christian.
Read your Bible. Okay. It's founded on death. But yeah, it is very refreshing. I've never found a track like this. I was going to bring a track I found in the public, the track I found recently, which was like years ago, and I kept it because it was the most horrific Jesus loving abortion track, where it was like the picture of a little child and then the child was dead.
Yeah.
And it was like, what?
Yeah.
And it was all about against abortion, but here's Jesus's love. It's like, no, thank you.
Yeah.
Critical Fan 3760 says, very nice. After listening to a bunch of NDEs or near-death experiences, one thing stuck out to me. True unconditional love doesn't require forgiveness. If it did, it wouldn't be unconditional. Truths like this are so simple, the average person misses it completely, right? So like Christian tracks are like, give your life to Christ so that you can enter. This track's like, you're already in heaven.
Yeah.
So stop questioning and just accept the love.
Yeah.
What is this? Gwen, Queen of Shadows, says, do you think I care for you so little that betrayal would make a difference? Doctor Who. I'm going to read that one more time.
Yeah, one more time.
Do you think I care for you so little that betrayal would make a difference? Meaning the love is the true love of the universe, true unconditional love is even above betrayal. So even if you were to be like, like stab me in the back and screw me over with this podcast, true unconditional love would be like, even though you burned me and hurt me and lied to me, I still love you.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That's unconditional love. And that's like a Doctor Who quote, which I thought is brilliant.
It is brilliant.
They say it's so obvious, but sometimes the simplest truths are the hardest to see. It's also a hard truth to like wrap your hand around in our society, right? Like, I think if someone stabs you in the back or turns against you, our first inclination out of survival is to be like, fuck off.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
But true unconditional love is like...
Yeah, and the fucking real shitty thing is we were raised with that true unconditional love, technically, and it was consistently preached to us in the churches that we were raised in the facade of Jesus and God.
Of the crucifixion.
And that's how it was preached, is you can do anything and I'll still love you, except deny me.
Yeah.
Also, you can't be gay. Also, you can't do this. Yeah. Also, if you're a woman, this. Yep. Also, like, there's so much that it's like, oh, so it isn't unconditional.
Yeah.
It's just not.
Yeah.
That when you get out of it and you read something like that, do you think I care for you so little that betrayal would make a difference? Is like, well, the God I was raised on did.
And not only that, not even just the God, but the leaders of that God, of those churches, right? Like the parental figures, our own parents, leaders, youth pastors. These were people that we looked up to, bands. Like there's so much in this Christian culture that is like proclaiming this unconditional love. And yet all of the leaders in it are conditioned,
So conditioned.
And so it's all this sort of facade of unconditional love, but the entire religion is based on condition of how you treat it. Whereas that whole track is being like, it doesn't fucking matter what you do. You're a good person regardless, and you're filled with love.
Yeah.
It's up to you to accept that.
Yeah.
You don't have to accept a white man that died on a cross.
Yeah.
Right? Who, I don't know.
Exactly.
I don't know. It's like, you don't have to do that.
Yeah.
That's not the rule. That's not the life's rule.